Welcome to another episode of Hoops KC. I'm your host, Mark Kern. Got a special guest today, Brendan Walsh of Blue Valley High. We're rivals during the high school season, but now during the summer, it's all good. We're with the same AAU organization, PAC. Brendan, how we doing, man?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Going into your senior year, we'll talk about what your mindset is. But I first want to go back to, I remember, and this is an extreme compliment from me. I remember your freshman year, we played against you in JV, and I remember watching you, and it's like, okay, this kid's going to be a pretty good player. But nothing screamed what you were about to become. 12 months later, you became the EKL Player of the Year. We had one of our former players, Gavin Harvey, reached out to me that summer. He's like, Coach, this Brennan kid's getting pretty good. When you look back at that summer from freshman going to sophomore year, where did you develop and where did you get better? Maybe was it the physical part of the game or the mental part of the game?
Yeah, I definitely think a little bit of both. I obviously physically developed during that summer, but I also was working out all the time. Playing AAU, that 15U, that eighth grade to 15U is a big jump. So that 15U, I definitely got better, more prepared for the EKL and the school season, and then just keep on working hard and developing, and then physically helped. But yeah, just really being at like I think I had the tools the whole time, but it was just sharpening them and having the opportunity to display them during the season.
Was there a mindset going into the summer where you told yourself, like, I have to get much better, I have to do ABC, or was it kind of just natural?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit natural, but obviously I had the mindset that that summer I can get a lot better and become um, just stronger overall and have a better game. So definitely every summer is like that. I have that mindset of wanting to get better. But I think knowing that I had the spot at BV and knowing that that season will be fun and we're gonna be good, definitely made it easy. But it definitely didn't change the mindset at all.
No, absolutely. Like I said, you were a very good player as a freshman, but the jump sophomore year, it's like, man, I'm not going to be one of those. I didn't see it coming. I knew you're going to be very good, but to take that jump and go EKL Player of the Year just 1 year later is very impressive. Like you said, though, not only were you a really good player, but you were on a really, really good team. You had some great
Yeah.
teammates, Parker, obviously, Enoch. What's it like when you're playing with a team that has guys like that? But different guys, right? You had the big who could stretch, hit the outside shot. Enoch's a guy who can kind of do it all, really good defender, get to the basket. When you have guys like that, what is your mindset as a point guard on a team?
Yeah, I mean, just getting everybody involved. That's my main job, distribute to it, and then taking over when I need to, getting a bucket. But I think they make my job a lot easier. I think we all feed off of each other and get better off each other. So that trio is very hard to stop, especially in Kansas. Not every team has the luxury of having like a 6'10" big and then a wing that can also shoot. So it was that we were definitely I was definitely lucky to have those two guys. Gonna miss them next year for sure, but they, made my job a lot easier.
Obviously, about ready to start the fun in the summer for Pack. What is your mindset? We talked about from freshman to sophomore year, but during that time, you knew you had a spot. You knew you had a long time left in your career, right? Now you
Yeah.
don't. Now you're at that point to where, like, tomorrow is not as given as it used to be. What's your mindset entering this summer, both in the AAU circuit as well as June when you're working with your high school team?
Yeah, I mean, it's just time to go at it. I mean, one more AAU season, you gotta make the most of it. Just playing every game like it's kinda like your last because you really never know. So yeah, I mean, going into AAU is definitely gonna be a big summer, that's the plan. So just playing every game, every practice, just going hard, and then high school season, just having fun, making memories, but also fight to win and, try and make the most of the season.
One of the cool things about getting to coach at Pack is, like I said, we're rivals during the school season, but then in the summer you get to there's a ton of the best EKL players, right, are on Pack, and you see them in the AAU circuit.
Yeah.
What's it like competing against those guys in the summer or the regular season, excuse me, to now in the summer, those are your teammates, and for me, competing against you, scouting against you during the season to now like getting to coach you. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, building those relationships during the summer, being able to mess around kind of on the court. And it's always fun trying to compete against them and always beating them. And, um, like the intel, what they're going to do during the season. So it's kind of it's good to have like a little edge on them. But it's just fun, playing against your friends, going against coaches that you know. It's fun. So yeah, it's definitely one of the best parts of AAU is building those relationships.
Obviously, you've put in hours and hours to become the player you are. Who are some people that maybe we don't know who have played a big role in helping the development of Brendan Walsh as the basketball player and a young man?
Yeah, I mean, my parents obviously, they support me 100% and they're always financially giving money to people to work me out, doing all that, but they're definitely just like keep me level headed and keep help me go through the journey. And then Ryan Deppen, obviously, I mean, I'm with him all the time, so he's my trainer. I work out with him all the time. So yeah, those three are really who are behind it all. So yeah.
Deppen's a good guy. Big fan of Deppen.
Yeah.
So you play at Blue Valley High. I did not know Coach Dwight, but everyone who said Coach Dwight play, one thing they said was he was a high flyer and he could throw it down. Have you ever been able to see any of that athleticism?
He showed us some of his clips from a state championship game, and yeah, no, he could jump. He had like a reverse dunk, like 2 fast break dunks. No, yeah, he could jump. I mean, he always tells a story that he could do a reverse or 360 between the legs, but I'm yet to see it, so I don't know.
Okay, okay. I've had many people who I trust that know the game of basketball. They've said the same thing was that he could absolutely throw it down. So I'm going to take their word for it. We talked about obviously EKL, extremely difficult. Sunflower League has been outstanding the last couple years. For people who don't know Kansas City basketball, what do you think makes it so great?
I think we have a ton of talent that is unrecognized. Everybody I mean, pretty much at every school, you always have a couple guys that are pretty talented and skilled. And then I think the conferences themselves are strong. I think especially out here, like the Overland Park, Johnson County area, we have some really good teams that go unnoticed and a lot of talent that goes under recruited. But I think we display some good basketball, and I think the EKL and the Sunflower League are good examples of that. I mean, the Sunflower League, top to bottom, is pretty strong. So yeah, I think we have a ton of really good basketball that goes unrecognized from a like Midwest standpoint. But I think people in KC know that there's good basketball, but I think we're a little under recruited, under recognized.
Totally agree. One thing, me coaching at Blue Valley West, you at Blue Valley High, I personally, Blue Valley Northwest is the one I would consider a rival. But I know when it comes to the kids, it's Blue Valley West versus Blue Valley
Yeah,
High. At West for a few years. There's been years where we were the more talented team. You beat us. You guys have been the more talented team. We beat you. It's one of those games I learned early in my coaching career. Like we can game plan for each other, right? We can scout. But at the end of the day, the moment that ball goes up, you guys know each other better, anyways. And it
yeah.
just 10 guys on the floor going crazy. What's it like that makes that game so much fun?
I mean, it really doesn't matter. I feel like all game plans kind of go out the window. As soon as like the environment one is crazy. We all know that's gonna be crazy. And then just kind of like the hostile environment against everybody, everyone's all pumped up. So I feel like game plans go out the window and people just start playing basketball, and it really doesn't matter who you have, what your game plan is. It's going to be a close game. I mean, people at school that week will be asking, "Oh, are you going to win?" And my answer is always, "It's West. You never know." So, unfortunately, this year we lost, but I mean, it's like that every year. It's going to be a dogfight no matter what.
You say unfortunately, I say fortunately, but no, that's what makes it fun is literally the first game we played when I was at West. The moment the ball went in the air, I think there were two technicals within the first like 2 minutes, both sides. Like you're looking at the scouting report, it's like we're not doing anything that we wanted to do. And I'm sure your coaching staff is like none of
Yeah.
the what we talked about. But so many of you guys have played together, right, in rec leagues, etc., from third to fourth grade. So yeah, that always makes it fun. It's always competitive. That's the one that my buddies are always like, "Hey, Kern, where's the Blue Valley game at this year?"
Yeah.
That West, we get them on the guest pass, and it's always entertaining. So, and like I said, June or we're in May, excuse me. You're healthy. You're ready to go. What's the next month for you like, Brennan? I know we both we might have different goals during the season, but right now we both want the same thing, don't we? And
Yeah.
ready to do this in May.
So this May, we'll be going to 2 live periods on PAC Pro 16. So that's pretty much what I'll be focused on, finishing up school and then just getting straight to work in the summer. But yeah, this next 3 weekends, we play this weekend in a local tournament, but the next 2 weekends after that are gonna be 2 big weekends. So yeah, just the goal is to just win, compete, and then hopefully get recruited.
I'm BJ Kissel, founder and CEO of KC Sports Network. Emprise Bank has been with us from the beginning. They were our first network partner and they believed in the vision of what we were building from the start. I can't speak to any other banks or companies and how they operate, but I can tell you from personal experience and based on the growth of the network you're listening to right now, that if you have banking needs, call our friends at Emprise Bank. We've worked with so many great people there over the years, from Vicky and Aggie to Andrea, Lori, Jackie, Deb, and Aaron, and not to mention so many others that not just supported KC Sports Network, but supported our KCSN Foundation as well. But the best thing that I know is that if I have a question or a problem, no matter how dumb the question is, I know who I'm going to call and who I'm going to talk to. And I know that I'm getting an answer from someone that I can trust. And I know that person is there to help us. That's why Emprise Bank has always been and continues to be our partner in Possible. And they can be yours too. You just have to reach out. If you have a banking need, whether it's business or personal, hit me up. I will connect you directly with the same people that have helped us build KCSN. And that's our friends at Emprise Bank.
David Starnes Allstate Insurance is a proud partner of KC Sports Network, serving the Kansas City area and all throughout the Midwest. If you are looking for new coverage or something that better suits your home, auto, health, or any of your other insurance needs, give Dave and his team a call. Elevate your coverage and be worry-free with David Starnes Allstate Insurance.
There's always such a hot debated topic, if you will. People saying, is AAU better? Is school ball better? I love them both for different reasons. I think, there are things that make both of them great. Do you feel that do you play any different style of basketball during the summer compared to school ball, or are you just Brendan Walsh, the same player all year long?
I mean, I try and stay the same player, but I feel like in school ball, I'll have to shoot more and take, like, a larger role, like, scoring-wise and, like, being the guy-wise, because in the AAU, you're playing with so much better players. So yeah, in the summer, I'm really more, I'd like to say, a distributor. I mean, I still score, but yeah, I think during the school season, I take back from as many like passing and like pass first reads because I'll have to score and shoot more. But other than that, I try and stay the exact same player, just play my game and just everything else will fall into place.
One thing I really respect about your game, Brendan, is you don't get too emotional, whether it's good, whether it's bad. When we played you this year, it was a game. We had our guy, Cade Wysong, who did a phenomenal job guarding you. And then you look at your stats and it's still 19-6 or whatever you had. In the amount of times he looked over at our bench, he's like, hey, I was right there. You were taking the shots that we as a staff can live with, but you were still able to hit him. What where have you developed, or what makes you so calm on the court? I think Kate even on a pass smacked you in the face pretty good, and you don't get flustered, you don't show emotion. What has helped you in that?
Yeah, I mean, just staying calm. I like to try and like play with the good poise. I think that's the word. But yeah, I just try and stay calm. Just next play mentality a little bit. I mean, sometimes I can let the emotions get to me, but I try and hide it a little bit because I feel like if I looked over and I saw a team or a player getting mad, yelling at teammates, I'd be like, oh, yeah, we're right there. Like, we have them on the ropes. So, I mean, just kind of like using it to my advantage, just staying calm next play. Because also, I have to be like sort of a leader on the court for our team. If I am the one crashing out and cussing at people, then they're going to think that that's okay. And then everything gets all messed up. So it's really just staying level-headed and keeping the team where it's at and being a leader on the court.
All right. So often kids say ball is life. I know you put in a ton of work on your game and on your craft, but when you're not playing basketball, when you're not on the court, what is Brendan Walsh up to?
Uh, I like to go to games. I mean, I'm supporting school, going to football games, just hanging out with my friends. Really, nothing too typical. I'll golf every now and then. Go to Top Golf. That's always I love Top Golf. I don't go a lot, but yeah. I mean, just hanging out with my friends, just chilling. I'm not into video games though, so I don't do any of that. But I just really just just hang out, just not much.
All right, Brendan, just a few more questions for you. You're heading into your senior year. You are putting together one of the better Blue Valley High careers in a long, long time. When people look back on you, say 5 years from now, what staple, what legacy do you want to live on Blue Valley High? Because not only, you're doing it this year, you want to go out and have a senior year, but you have a lot of fifth graders, sixth graders, seventh graders, right, showing up to your games to watch Brendan Walsh. What's the lasting impact you want to have on the Blue Valley High basketball program?
Yeah, I mean, I kinda want people to know that BV is gonna have a good basketball program. I feel like the past 2 going on 3 years, we've kinda flipped it around. We weren't really known as a team or a program that has, like, a winning culture, and I feel like we kinda turned it around. So I just want people to know that we're gonna win, and we're gonna have a good program, and that people that those little kids that people are probably like, "No, you can't do that. You're not gonna go play college basketball." You can look at it and I mean, I was just like a normal Blue Valley kid, and then, I mean, anything can happen. So I just want people to know that, I'm a winner, a good kid, from this area, and that anything can happen. So just keep on working hard and, um, things might change for you or things might change in a better way. So yeah, just keep on working hard and win.
You're a great example, Brendan, of obviously during the season we're competing, but you're an easy kid to root for when it's not game night or whatever. So I just want to commend you on that. It's truly awesome. Last
Thank you.
question. Last question for you. Like you said, you do lose some talent from this year's team, but I think from coaching against you guys the last 2 years, I think there's a couple guys on your team that, you know, getting forced into a different role than they've had the last couple years. I think you got some guys on your team next year that are going to flourish. What how do you go about replacing those two players, but also understanding you don't replace a Parker Seitel, right? You don't have
Yeah.
that 6'10" guy who can stretch the floor. What makes you most excited for next year's team, even though it's different, can still be very, very successful?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like anything can really happen. I think we have the guys in the program and we've all been so we have a ton of juniors going to be seniors and we're very close as a group. So I think that's going to help us cuz we've been playing with each other since second grade. I mean, obviously, we can't replace our height. We're going to be a little smaller, but we're just going to have to work with what we have. I think it was good. Obviously, not good, but Parker was hurt the second half of the season. So that kind of gave us a little bit more of a view of what this upcoming year is going to be. So I think that's going to give us some good information and good game plan going into it. And then this summer, we're just going to have to figure out what our bread and butter is going to be and what we're going to look for. But I'm definitely excited for this group. I think we can be really good and shock a lot of people.
Absolutely, man. Culture can take you a long ways. You know, us at West the past couple of years, we haven't had a ton of like future college basketball players or anything that like that. But we've had a group of hungry players who you said, you know what, for these next 5 months, let's be locked in and stay together. And we've
Yeah.
been able to have two pretty good years. So with a leader like you, I'm sure that's going to be the case at Blue Valley High. Wish you all the luck next year, except in that one big game, of course. I think you're back to our place. But Brendan, for the next month, let's have some fun. All right, let's
Yeah,
go.
definitely.
Uh, let's go to Ohio and let's have some fun. And thank you very much for joining the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.